prospect of a Super El Niño arriving in winter has made headlines this week. But what is a Super El Niño, and should we be worried? To understand what El Niño is, we first need to know about ENSO, or the El Niño Southern Oscillation, which scientists use to describe the circulation of the atmosphere and ocean over the Pacific Ocean, and those responsible for La Niña and El Niño. In neutral conditions, cold water from Antarctica rises to the surface of the coast of South America as part of the normal circulation of global ocean currents. This leads to a temperature difference across the Pacific Ocean along the equator. This temperature difference controls the position of the Walker circulation. In the Walker circulation, trade winds move from east to west along the equator. The air rises over the warmer waters near Indonesia, leading to lots of rain and storms. The air travels back to the Americas and sinks over the cold ocean there. During an El Niño, ocean temperatures near South America heat up. This reduces the temperature difference across the Pacific and weakens the trade winds that move along the equator. As a result, the storm activity that normally happens near Australia shifts back over the ocean. Scientists measure the ocean temperature off the coast of South America in a few different locations. The most common one used is the Nino 3.4 box here. The official definition of an El Niño is when the surface ocean temperatures in that Nino 3.4 region are 0.8 degrees Celsius above normal. A Super El Niño is when that Nino 3.4 region is more than 2 degrees Celsius above normal. We've had 3 Super El Niños in the last 70 years, which is about how long as we've been able to accurately measure it. And 2 of those have been associated with some of the worst bushfires in Australia's history. Ash Wednesday in 1983 and the Tinderbox drought of 2017 to 2019 that preceded the Black Summer bushfires of 2019 and 2020. If a Super El Niño were to occur this winter and spring, then the next summer bushfires could potentially be catastrophic. And there are 2 reasons that make this year different from past events. The obvious reason is climate change. Global average temperatures are 0.7 degrees higher than when Ash Wednesday occurred in the 80s. Global temperatures are warmer, which means we're more likely to get heat waves and record-breaking summer temperatures. The second reason is that we've just had 3 wetter than usual years in southeastern Australia. And if you've looked outside recently, you'll have noticed that the grass has grown. In fact, vegetation levels are the highest on record for large areas of southeastern Australia. If we have a very dry winter and spring, this vegetation will dry out and become fuel for bushfires. I realise this is quite depressing, but I have 2 positive things to point out too. The first is that it's only the Australian model that is predicting a Super El Niño. Other global models are going for a more moderate El Niño. Second, and most importantly, we have time on our side. Time to prepare. If you live in a fire-prone region and plants have grown a lot over the last few years, use this winter to cut them back and prepare for what could be a serious fire season.